In this video, I will show you how to build a cargo harbour in Cities Skylines 2. So this is going to be a full step-by-step guide, so with that being said, let's jump straight into it. Now you can actually go ahead and find the cargo hub in the ship tab of the transport build menu. And to go ahead and make the most of the cargo hub and create a great looking harbour, there are a few things you're going to want to do, such as planning your location, creating queuing areas, using one-way roads, and placing industrial buildings nearby. But of course I'll go through that with you step by step, and what we're going to look at first is planning your location. So in order for your cargo hub to work, there's just a few things that it's going to need to operate successfully, which is going to be a shoreline, road access, a ship external connection, and a railway external connection. Of course you need to make sure that your cargo hub has an unobstructed straight path connecting it to the external ship route on the open sea, as you can see in this example here. Also, you're going to want this cargo hub to be fairly accessible to your industry, whether that's generic industry or specialised areas, since your cargo hub will be serving them. Ideally, the cargo hub would be near your industry areas, but of course if that's not possible, say for example if your natural resources are far from the shore, then at least provide a highway connection or other quick direct road to link them. The main thing is to avoid having the trucks pass through any other parts of your city, for example things like residential or commercial zones, as this can lead to congestion problems. So, as you can see in this image, this cargo hub's access roads lead directly onto and off the highway without having to pass through any commercial or residential parts of the city. Natural shorelines can be craggly and the terrain near them can actually be very uneven. Of course, this can make things difficult to place not only the cargo hub itself, but also the roads and the train tracks serving it. What I would recommend doing is using the level terrain landscaping tool to create a nice flat surface. You can also go ahead and use the shift terrain tool to trim the shoreline into shape by lowering parts of it, which you can do by right clicking until they're underneath the water line. Also, using keys is another great tool that you can use to further neaten up your shoreline and add even more realism to your harbour area. There is actually a mod called Move It which is very popular, and this allows you to easily adjust the location as well as things like the elevation of buildings, roads, tracks and other structures after you've placed them. It's actually a lot easier than trying to get the placement exactly right the first time, especially when working with things like curved roads and train tracks. So your cargo hub, once it's complete, is going to generate heavy traffic, of course from trucks coming in and out, so it's a good idea to keep it off your main roads. So what I would recommend doing is giving its own access road like a queuing system, and what you want to do is give this access road a bit of length to act as a queuing area for the trucks waiting to be served by the cargo hub. So as you can see in this example image here, we've created a long sort of queuing area here to allow the trucks to queue up to prevent congestion on your roads. So this works as a great buffer so that even if the hub gets very busy, the waiting trucks of course are not going to clog up your roads and cause congestion on your main roads. Another tip I can recommend to improve the flow of traffic is to use one-way roads in the area. So this prevents trucks from crossing each other, especially as they exit the hub. So as you can see down here, we've got a one-way road which leading into and out of this cargo hub and prevents trucks from getting in each other's ways. Now, as well as trucks, your cargo hub can also be busy with train traffic too. So it's also a good idea to create a bypass track for trains that don't need the cargo hub. So for example, things like passenger trains or other cargo trains that are just passing through the hub. By doing this means that trains being served or queuing at your cargo hub won't hold up the other trains that have no need to stop there. So as you can see in this example, the added section of tracks allows train 1 to bypass the harbour area completely instead of having to wait for train 2 to finish being served at the station. So as I mentioned previously, you can place factories and warehouses near the vicinity of your cargo hub, which does create a realistic industrial look. You can set the warehouses to whichever goods the factory needs so they can keep it supplied, and as a bonus your factory can very quickly export its surplus of luxury goods since it's so close to the hub. So just a quick tip to be careful not to zone too many, or else the trucks going in and out of these buildings might actually cause traffic to slow down. Now if you're currently playing Cities Skylines 2 on Steam, you can actually find parks and props on the Steam Workshop to help complete the look. You can use search terms in the Steam Workshop like for example cargo or cargo yard. Also there is a mod called the More Beautification mod which is by Bloody Penguin, which comes with some useful industrial assets that you can use. So you can see in this example we've got the stat container yard which is 8x6, and this is a park asset from the Steam Workshop which adds a bit of realism and makes it look really cool. And there you have it. That is a complete step-by-step guide with some tips on how to build the perfect cargo harbour for Cities Skylines 2. So with that being said, I hope this tutorial did help you out today, and if it did, I would really appreciate it if you was to consider dropping down below the video, leaving a like, and also subscribing to the channel. With that being said, I just want to take a minute to thank you guys for watching this quick tutorial, and I will see you in the next video.